Coming up on Agweek TV, drought conditions are grabbing everyone's attention in the Dakotas.
North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp visits the horse manufacturing plant in Mapleton to talk about improving the ag economy.
There's optimism about growth in the pork industry here at the World Pork Expo in Des Moines.
Looks can be deceiving.
And I'm just an old country boy at heart.
A local farmer gets help from a surprising source.
Welcome to Agweek TV. I'm Shauna Olson. Parts of North and South Dakota are experiencing some very dry conditions. That is wreaking havoc on the pastures and hay crop. However, some areas have been receiving some timely rains. Ethan Johnson is the sixth generation on his family farm near Glendon, Minnesota. He says they've been lucky this year getting some nice, timely rains.
We're better off now than we were last year at this point in time, so that's good.
But that's not the case for parts of central and western North Dakota.
Out west, it looks like August, and when it rains, the wind blows 100 miles an hour and it's 90 degrees.
The biggest impact that we're having would be our pastures and also our hayland. The cool season grasses never received that April or May showers, and because of that, we just missed out that growing season completely.
Burleigh County Extension Agent Bruce Schmidt says 2 inches of recent rain around the county in central North Dakota greened up pastures a bit, but Schmidt says the growth just isn't coming.
Producers are taking a serious look at reducing the herd size. The older cattle probably is what we're hearing most of them are going with first. Our row crops, soybeans, there has been some replanting, especially over the hilltops. Corn, some of it looks good, but most of it is pretty marginal. And then the question is, because it sat so long, will it actually make grain or is it going to be turned into silage?
Because of the drought, North Dakota's congressional team is asking U.S. Ag Secretary Sonny Perdue to allow emergency haying of CRP acres. Senator Heidi Heitkamp says they may also be looking at some kind of forbearance from bankers, and she is seeking input from farmers and ranchers on what help they want and need.
I talk to bankers all the time, and the business that we're in is very cyclical, and so the regulators could come in and come down on a banker who understands that maybe a little more time's needed, and so we're going to watch that very closely as well. But we're seeking input, opened up a portal to try and get comments, ideas from ranchers and farmers who are suffering from these conditions, and we only have so much time.
This week's Crop Stop takes us to Oneida in the center of South Dakota, where they're also dealing with drought. Pete Severson farms with his brother and son. They have about 4,000 acres on a 4-crop rotation of corn, sunflower, spring, and winter wheat. They're also trying field peas this year and have some cattle. Severson says the lack of moisture since last fall has given them problems.
The corn and the soybeans went into wheat stubble, and there was moisture there, so if we could keep getting the rain every 10 days, the fall crops could be okay, but we've made agreements with our insurance company and the wheat harvest is over with here.
With being this far behind in moisture already this late in the game, it's just hard to get a big game changer that would change it, It just normally don't happen, but maybe we're not in normal years. Maybe something will happen,
Dry conditions were the main story on the North Dakota Stockmen's Association's 15th annual feedlot tour. The Warner feedlot was one of the stops on the tour this week. The Warner's ranch is right off I-94 near Hebron, one of the driest parts of the country right now. David Warner runs the operation with his son Greg. They plan to cut about 25% of their normal hayland. They expect to yield 10 to 20% of their normal amount of hay. They've sold off about 100 head out of their 400, and they're concerned about having to sell more.
We don't have much more left to sell. We have 10-liter calvers we can consider selling. After that, we're cutting into the heart of our herd. I mean, we fill good bulls, we sell replacement heifers to people. We feel we have a pretty good herd, and it's going to get hard after this.
The Rocky Valley Ranch near Center, the Price Farm and Ranch near Stanton, and the Beaver Creek Ranch near Richardson were also stops on the tour. A hailstorm leveled a soybean field near Hawley, Minnesota this week. Mark Eckery says the storm lasted just a few minutes, but long enough to destroy 200 acres of soybeans and a field of corn across the road. Eckery says he doesn't know if there's enough time left for the fields to recover.
Coming up on Agweek TV, we talk to North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp about issues facing the ag economy.
The window of opportunity in farming is short. Make sure your Case IH equipment is ready to make the most of it by using only genuine Case IH replacement parts from Titan Machinery. Only original Case IH parts are engineered for maximum life and performance in your equipment. Don't take chances with off-brand parts that may fail when you need your equipment the most. Contact your local Titan Machinery dealership and find out why genuine Case IH parts offer the best value for your farming operation.
When your job requires being seen to be safe, look for high-visibility workwear from Home of Economy, where you'll find the best in Carhartt high-vis t-shirts, hoodies, and safety vests, plus other top-selling enhanced visibility coats, jackets, caps, and gloves. Day or night, rain or shine, stand out and stay safe on the job with help from Home of Economy, your high-vis headquarters. We've got you covered at the guaranteed lowest price.
Home of Economy, where your dollar buys more.
WDAY 970 AM has added the Red River Farm Network to its lineup. Join the Red River Farm Network team as we partner with Agweek to cover the area's #1 industry, agriculture. Join us Monday through Friday for Country Morning at 7 a.m., opening markets at 8:30, market updates at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30, closing markets at 1:30. We're committed to reporting agriculture's business on the Red River Farm Network, Agweek, and WDAY 970 AM.
Advanced Grain Handling is your regional dealer for grain handler dryers, bins, and accessories. With Grain Handler's continuous mix-flow drying systems, you're capable of high levels of grain dryer efficiency on all types of grain, including seed grain. Advanced Grain Handling also carries Batco belt conveyors field loaders, which minimize damage and help protect grade quality and germination performance of seed. Advanced Grain Handling has licensed and trained service techs and a licensed electrical shop. Contact Chad today.
Introducing the new Challenger 1000 series, tractors unlike any other manufactured by AGCO. Redefining what a wheel tractor is capable of when it comes to wheel slip, power to ground, and fuel economy. Today, it's not enough just to be tough. You've got to be smarter than everyone else, too. Contact your Challenger dealer today to get in the seat of the new Challenger 1000. Superior engineering, superior performance, superior productivity. The next generation of tractors from your Challenger dealer.
Much of the ag economy could be affected by what happens with the Farm Bill and trade policy. Horsch, a German farm machine manufacturing company, has 6 plants around the world, including its main production plant in Mapleton, North Dakota. They're also concerned about how what's happening in Washington might affect their business. As Rose Dunn reports, the Mapleton plant recently hosted North Dakota Senator Heidi Heitkamp to show her what they do and how to make sure they have her support.
Horsch is a German company that specializes in seeding and tillage equipment. This is their main production plant. You may have driven past it on I-94, about 15 miles west of Fargo.
Literally, I've driven by it so many times and thought, I want to know what they do.
So this is our paint booth?
As the senator learned, at this 100,000 square foot plant, they fabricate, paint, weld, and assemble the bright red machines, and there's plenty of room for expansion.
We also have been, kind of thinking about North Dakota manufacturing. How do we promote North Dakota manufacturing? And the best way to promote it is to know what they do and to actually see it and then brag on it every chance you get.
And the other end of the oven, I'll show you if you follow me.
But Heitkamp and Horsch officials are keeping a close eye on what's happening in Washington with ag and trade issues, including NAFTA.
The first rule on renegotiation should be do no harm. If all of a sudden there is a realignment of priorities, and agriculture or ag manufacturing takes the back seat, that's not going to be acceptable.
It's all in concern to us because at this point in the ball game, it's all up in the air. So there's been no direction given. There's a lot of ideas floating around, but we got the Farm Bill coming up next year, for renewal. When it comes to like the federal crop insurance, when it comes to certain conservation payments, we look at it from the trade standpoint of NAFTA. We do a good business in Canada, here in North America and abroad. So all of those are definitely concerns to us.
So this is a 90% recycled media.
Like most everyone else in ag, Horsch's business has been down the last couple of years. But Horsch production manager Jeremy Hughes says they're seeing optimism.
This year alone in 2017, we're way up double digits above where we were year to date from last year. From our production standpoint, a lot of our products have been increasing in market share and have also been increasing in sales. We're looking forward to a good 2018. We're already putting orders on the books for 2018. So we've got a lot of optimism coming into the last 2 quarters of 2017 and the year 18.
Now this is what the product looks like.
While Hughes says the improvements are due in part to a leveling of the ag economy, he also credits his company's willingness to aggressively pursue growth when others may have been pulling back.
But I think whenever it comes to a drop in the economy, as a person, as a company, you have one or two choices. You either choose to be a part of it or you choose not to. And we chose the latter.
In Mapleton, North Dakota, this is Rose Dunn for AgweekTV.
The Mapleton plant opened in 2013 and has about 40 employees. Farm Rescue is known throughout the region for helping farmers in need, but it takes a lot of volunteers. Jason Hibbs introduces us to one with quite a backstory who came a long way to help.
On the Hargey family farm in Grafton.
Okay, now we're seeding.
A group of volunteers are doing what doctors say Thomas Hargey can't.
I have no warning when the seizures come. They could hit me right now and I'd be laying on the ground.
Among the hardworking helpers?
When I left work, my boss told me as he approved my vacation, he said, "You're the only person I know who takes a vacation to go work."
Clay Robertson.
My day job, I work down on the Redstone Arsenal in Huntsville, Alabama. I am on the Space Center that is there on the arsenal itself. And I'm helping designing the next vehicle that will hopefully take us to Mars.
Putting Mars aside, Robertson traveled more than 1,300 miles for a new mission.
Well, I think it's a worthy cause. Having been brought up on a small farm, it's been impressed upon me the need for the farmer and the fact that the farmer perhaps doesn't get as much kindness as he needs. So this is my way of trying to give back.
And a new right-hand man.
I'm his roommate for the week, 2 weeks as it is.
Well, my dad said that he would like to come and be a part of this if at all possible, and he wanted to come if he could help.
While farming a North Dakota field with Dad isn't as riveting as what folks at NASA are doing, in many ways, making memories like these,
I haven't probably spent this much time with my dad since I left home,
is just as important.
The Robertsons and the rest of the Farm Rescue volunteers spent 2 weeks helping farmers in the area. All eyes are on the sky during this critical growing time. Your agri-weather forecast is next. And later, increasing demand for pork is good news for area producers. We'll take you to the World Pork Expo.
Martinson Ag Risk Management offers a variety of crop marketing and crop insurance packages to our customers. With over 40 years of experience, our dedicated staff works hard to ensure you get the best advice on crop insurance, marketing, and risk management. Contact Randy or any of the staff at Martinson Ag Risk Management today at 701-205-4200 or visit us online at martinsonag.com.
The Stockyards Ag Experience tells the story of agriculture beginning with the Sioux Falls Stockyards. You will learn about how agriculture impacts our region and the world, and the science and culture that make it all possible. The Stockyards Ag Experience barn features interactive exhibits and a renovated 1880s barn at Falls Park in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The Stockyards Ag Experience showcases agriculture's story from the farm to your table. For more information, call 605-332-1917 or online at stockyardsagexperience.org.
Located in the heart of the Red River Valley, Bloomfield Enterprises sells the finest trailers in the business. Family owned and operated since 1997, Bloomfield Enterprises prides themselves on carrying a wide variety of trailers for customers to choose from. With Bloomfield Enterprises, you can be assured that customer service is more than just a phrase. With a full-service shop and repair center, we are committed to take care of our customers even after the sale. Whether you're in the market for a new trailer or good quality farm equipment, we have just what you're looking for. Call today or visit us online at bloomfieldtrailers.com.
It's the annual Summer Roundup Auction, Thursday, June 29th at 9:30 at the Red Horse Ranch Arena off County Highway 10 in Fergus Falls. Semi and dump trucks, skid steers, tractors, haying, planting, sprayer, tillage and harvesting equipment. This large full-day auction features consignments from farmers, ranchers, retirements, liquidations, and more. Live online bidding at osnesauctioneers.com. Osnes Auctioneers, your high-performance auction team with a tradition of excellence and leadership.
Where do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek Magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted. Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
Welcome back to Ag Week. Meteorologist Andrew Whitmar here as we take a look at the Drought Monitor. Again, we're still dealing with those dry conditions across the region here. Portions of us still under to a moderate to severe drought, especially around the Bismarck area just south of Minot right now. Luckily, though, the drought is starting to ease just a little bit across the valley here, across Grand Forks and Fargo, Moorhead, down towards Florida right now. Again, the drought conditions are greatly being reduced thanks to some much-needed rain and also some dry conditions starting to develop across extreme southern portions of the Southwest. But nonetheless, though, we are still dealing with those dry conditions for still the northern portions of the plains, and luckily we can ease some more of that with some more shower and thunderstorm chances coming up into the forecast. Well, let's take a look at July. This week's the last week of June, and we'll actually be beginning July here. And as we go ahead and take a look at July again, it looks like much of the west coast here is going to be under some warm conditions, while the rest of us really have an equal chance of either dealing with some mild temperatures or dealing with temperatures that are going to be warm again, well above the average mark. As we take a look at the dry July precipitation here, again, most of us here just dealing with those equally chances of rain here and or there with those rain chances. It looks to be rather dry, though, across portions of the west coast over towards the Washington, Idaho, much of Montana, even portions of western North Dakota here and western South Dakota dealing with those dry conditions. Looks to be wet, though, down towards Houston and Dallas, and also over towards the Virginia coastline as well, in parts of the South Carolina coastline. As we take a look at the forecast, though, for this week here, as we take a look at the jet stream, this is Sunday going into Monday here, right on into Tuesday. We'll be dealing with some mild air, cooler conditions below average. Luckily, though, we'll start to rebound a little bit with more warm and mild air getting back into the forecast, thanks to that ridge starting to build back in. But it looks like next week, once again, by the time we get towards the weekend, we're once again going to cool things down again across the northern plains. Still mild, though, and warm for the central plains, but us here in the northern plains are still going to be dealing with those chilly conditions for next weekend as well. Precipitation this week, though, again, notice this wide swath of rain here along the Great Lakes, also down towards the south around the Texas Panhandle here. They're going to be dealing with a lot of different systems coming in. It's going to remain dry, though, across portions of the region, though, over towards Idaho, Washington State, over towards Montana, and very small chances of rain for us here on the northern plains across North Dakota, South Dakota, and also over into Minnesota as well. We're going to be dealing with those small rain chances as we go throughout this week, July 25th through July 1st. As we take a look at the weather headlines, though, for this week, though, again, next few weeks are going to be very crucial for those rain developing across the region here to kind of end those drought situations. Small rain chances coming through this week. And by the time we get into this week as well, again, temperatures are going to remain near average.
My name is Carson, and I'm a fourth-generation corn farmer. The corn that's grown in North Dakota, you could probably trace all over the world. Back growing up, it was always hauled to the local elevator, and now we haul directly to an ethanol plant who processes that corn into a clean-burning fuel. The North Dakota ethanol industry uses over 150 million bushels of corn and returns $640 million to the state economy.
do you go for the latest news in agriculture? Agweek Magazine. Reaching over 30,000 farmers and ranchers in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Montana. Agweek provides the most up-to-date information on the markets, the trends, and the people who make it all happen. We're your source for news, not fluff. Dependable, trusted, Agweek. Subscribe today by calling 1-800-811-2580.
Premier Shortline USA is your dealer for Meridian storage and grain handling. 50 years ago, Meridian Manufacturing designed the first smooth wall hopper bin. This innovation set the standard for hopper bins across North America, completely self-cleaning with no obstructions. Smooth wall hopper bins have become the preferred choice for safe and efficient storage. For temporary grain storage to complete systems, contact Nate or Brent at Premier Shortline USA.
This is Dennis Belisky reminding you we do auctions and we do them well. You've built your operation with hard work, and when it's time to sell, all or part, you deserve the best. Details from repairs and preparation to promotion and settlements are not routine. Chances are you'll only do this once, so we'll tailor an auction just for you and get it done right. On-site at your farm or added to one of our highly successful Alerus Center auctions, we have the skill, reputation, and integrity to meet your needs with best-in-class commitment and quality service. Find us at resourceauction.com or call 701-757-4015.
It's the annual Summer Roundup Auction, Thursday, June 29th at 9:30 at the Red Horse Ranch Arena off County Highway 10 in Fergus Falls. Semi and dump trucks, skid steers, tractors, haying, planting, sprayer, tillage and harvesting equipment. This large full-day auction features consignments from farmers, ranchers, retirements, liquidations, and more. Live online bidding at osnesauctioneers.com. Osnes Auctioneers, your high-performance auction team with a tradition of excellence and leadership.
The U.S. pork industry has been in expansion mode for several months now, with weekly hog slaughter running at record levels through 2017. Both vertically integrated companies and independent pork producers have ramped up production due to strong margins and growing global demand. Michelle Rook looks at how South Dakota producers have responded.
The pork industry is in a growth phase, not only in the U.S., but in South Dakota, and that was evident here at the World Pork Expo. The mood among producers was positive, as many are profitable with the low cost of production.
Right now, we've got the best producers somewhere around $20 a head this year, and probably $15 a head for next year.
And that has stimulated continued expansion in the industry.
2018 could have 4% more production again on top of the 4.1% we're going to have this year in total pork production.
South Dakota has seen similar growth, with many producers finding opportunity in building a finishing barn and striking production or management contracts.
So there's expansion in South Dakota, so I think that's good for the industry. I think it's good to bring the next generation back, and so yeah, there's a lot of great things happening in the pork industry in South Dakota.
It's a great way for these young farmers to build equity, to develop some cash flow, and to actually take their crop and turn it into something valuable rather than shipping it out for market price.
Processors like Seaboard Triumph Foods are also expanding, and officials shared plans for their Sioux City plant opening September 1st.
We'll start off at a few hundred and quickly and aggressively ramp to our full first shift volume at 10,400 a day.
The underlying driver in the swine business, though, is strong domestic and export demand for U.S. pork. At World Pork Expo, I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Agweek.
Staying with the topic of animals, some of the nation's top animal scientists gathered in Fargo this week for the American Society of Animal Science annual meeting. The western section of ASAS focuses primarily on cow-calf production and rangelands. The event is geared toward graduate students. It features presentations and competitions along with symposiums and discussions with some of the brightest minds in the animal agricultural industry. One of this year's topics was whether the land grant mission was still being fulfilled. The meeting began in 1929, but this is the first time it's been held in Fargo and by NDSU.
We are really happy to host. We'll be having folks come to our facilities. I think one really unique thing, and particularly with the federal folks that are here, on Monday we gave tours, and I think sometimes people are a little shocked to see what we have. And so I'm happy to show it off a little bit, so that's kind of nice.
Coming up on AgweekTV.
A Jamestown, North Dakota small animal veterinarian is bringing a piece of farm life to the city.
WDAY 970 AM has added the Red River Farm Network to its lineup. Join the Red River Farm Network team as we partner with Agweek to cover the area's #1 industry, agriculture. Join us Monday through Friday for Country Morning at 7 a.m., opening markets at 8:30, market updates at 9:30, 10:30, and 11:30, closing markets at 1:30. We're committed to reporting agriculture's business on the Red River Farm Network, Agweek, and WDAY 970 AM.
Adventure awaits at the Farmers Union Camp, presented by the North Dakota Farmers Union. Farmers Union Camp is the perfect place for young campers to develop cooperation, teamwork, and leadership skills. Campers will enjoy theme nights, skits, games, talent shows, and more. Camps are held at Wesley Acres and Hart Butte in June, July, and August. Register by May 15th to get $25 off your camp fee. For camp dates and more information, visit us at ndfu.org or call 800-366-8331.
I'm Jenny Garth, and as a mother of 3, I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. But here in America, that is a real worry for 1 in 5 children. This is unacceptable, and something Feeding America is working to solve. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States, including yours. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're Feeding America.
Advanced biofuel for America's diesel engines is clean burning and made from renewable sources like soybean oil. Biodiesel fuel works in any diesel engine, reducing emissions, helping us breathe cleaner air. Biodiesel adds value to North Dakota soybeans, creating jobs, improving the environment, increasing our energy independence. Biodiesel, it starts with soybeans, it's fueling America.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules. You tell me to stay away from drugs. To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Kids in Jamestown, North Dakota found out where milk, ice cream, and cheese comes from. In fact, they got to take a shot at milking cows, among other things, at Dr. Dawn's Dairy Day. Dawn Ensminger is a small animal vet in Jamestown, and every year she brings a little farm life to the city. In addition to a milking model, there were dairy-themed games, prizes, and educational materials.
I just, want everybody to know how important the dairy industry is. There's very few of us here in North Dakota. There's less than 100 dairy farms.
What did you learn today?
How to milk a cow.
And was it hard to milk a cow or easy?
Hard.
Dr. Dawn's brother-in-law, Terry, is a dairy farmer and supplies the calves. It's the 6th time she's held this event. She does it in June because it's National Dairy Month. Local 4-H clubs and FFA chapters also helped out. Thanks for watching this week's edition of AgweekTV. For all your ag news, go to agweek.com. We'll see you next week.